Oh, okay. I'm recording. I'm just gonna put on Front Street. I am so excited for this, mainly because of who I'm talking to, and I just gotta say I am doing my best not to embarrass myself. So let's just get on with it. As you know, um, every podcast we do, I don't know if they told you or not. We start with what is called the over the top intro. For every guest, especially guest of your magnitude, I just got to do it. Is that okay? Everybody good with that? All right.
Whatever you say, let's do it.
My next guest is an award-winning writer, singer, activist, actress. She is a living legend with over 50 years in the business. She is a staple, a cultural icon, and sitting right beside her is no slouch herself. She is a writer, producer, director. She is the founder of the video production company Pillow Fight, and you may know her from such projects as I'm So Happy For You, Celebs Have Issues, and what we are here to talk about today, Mildred for a Million, Miss Marla Gibbs, Kim P. Callaway. Welcome to the podcast.
Ooh, what a good intro.
I mean, I after watching this, I've been watching Ms. Marla Gibbs all my life. But after watching this particular project, I gotta say, this was great. It hits on so many levels. I have dealt with variations of this myself. I'm curious, how did this idea come about?
How does that idea come out?
So there's a real Mildred, and she lives in Houston, Texas. It's my grandma, who my little girls call Gigi, just like in the script. And this was just a love letter to her and a commentary on, the generation gap a little bit, and kind of how distracted we are with technology and how often it takes us out of our real human connections with our family members.
And
So
yeah, you're right. Because like I said, this is a very universal story. And having something like this that happened to you personally, having this, I will say, Ms. Marla Gibbs, have something like this happen to you? I mean, because not only do you have that on a human level, on an everyday person level, you also have this in a weird meta version. Because as far as I can remember, I've always seen you on TV. So, do you have something like that personally, or is it something where it even goes to another level?
Well, I have a great granddaughter, so I am a great grandmother at 30. So that's phenomenal. And we always want to connect, but as time goes by, you move back, and other people come in. My daughter is her grandmother, so I come behind her.
Right.
And then all her little friends at school. She's an actress, she's a singer, and she went to the county acting school. So she was already doing what I didn't start till 44.
I'm very curious. Did you, much like the movie, did you have your way of trying to connect by doing maybe silly stunts or things of that nature where you would probably not be doing this on a normal basis?
Well, really, I was a tomboy growing up, so I like climbing trees and doing things that boys do. So I was playing basketball in high school, they wouldn't let the girls do full court. We had to do half court, and they're clawing at each other. I said, I don't want to do that. I want to make a layup.
Oh, I hear that.
And now they're doing it very well.
oh yeah.
That's awesome. And one of the cool things about this movie is that your song is Never Too Late, that you wrote with your grandson, is on the closing credits. So in the whole realm of connection and coming together, with this project. It's very hard to talk about this without ruining it. So please excuse me. I had to I'm wording my questions very clear, but it fits perfect on the level of connection and having like these full circle experiences. What made you think of putting that on the, on the end credits?
Well, I really can't take credit for that. That's between Kim and my grandson. My grandson didn't write it with me. He remastered it. I wrote it when I was with H.B. Barnum,
Okay.
who was he worked with Aretha Franklin,
Okay.
the musical director for Aretha Franklin. So he wanted me to do a CD, which I didn't think I was ready to do, but he did. So it was wonderful. And we did that in 2006. But I had an aneurysm in October of 2006, so we never came out with it.
I see. Well, Kim, I'm going to forward that to you. What made you dig through the crates to find that gem that we probably wouldn't have heard otherwise?
So when we were looking at closing credit songs, she sings in the film "This Little Light of Mine," and so we thought about doing like maybe a remix of that with her actual voice. And I told her on the phone when she's like, "How's post coming? How's the edit coming?" I was like, "Oh well, we're trying to figure out some of the music." She's like, "You should talk to Emil." So she's not taking credit, but it is her. That then I had met Emil. Emil was there in one of our shoot days at Vaughn's. He was there, and so anyway, we sunk up, and he's like, "You should hear some of my grandma's music. She's a singer." And I said, "What doesn't she do?" Because she also owned a jazz club back in the day, a very you probably know that, Marla's Memory Lane, that was real big, and a lot of people came up through that. So anyway, he sends me this Never Too Late album on Apple Music, and the first track, the titular track, Never Too Late, I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, it was almost written for the end of the movie. So there have been a lot of little things like that with this movie, and I think it's the magic of Marla that it just all just coming together just so nicely and
God has a
quickly.
God has a way of putting things in that you would never have thought of.
I understand. I hear it. I'm living proof of this right now. If you told me I would be talking to you like 2 weeks ago, I what? Yeah, I probably would have said that. So yeah, God does have a way of making things happen. One of these things is this whole story itself. Like Kim, this is your story, sorta. Well, adapted. Well, in a way, you got a chance to live it twice. Can you watch this film objectively, knowing the origin of it, and now seeing the film version of it? Now knowing, can you watch it objectively without just like, yeah, it's just another film?
I think I'm maybe past the point of being objective with it, I have to say.
That's why.
I've been in it so hard. I mean, I was able to watch it once she brought Mildred to life. That was a whole new version of it. So, and that's what made me really seeing her bring the depth and the humor and all of the things that I wanted for this movie. Seeing her bring that all together gave me the, I guess, stamina to try to finish this so quickly, because we just shot this at the end of July, if you can believe that, and we just finished the sound mix, I don't know, a week ago. And it's been hectic, but seeing her and the crew seeing her and all of us just being like, this is really special, we got to go with this. So I guess to answer your question, I did see it objectively until about, now that I've seen it 100 times or so, right. Now it's losing that a little bit. And I don't have a sense of the pacing that I felt so strongly in the edit. I was like, oh, this is perfect pacing. This is this and that. And then now certain things feel like, oh, we should add that back in. She has some ideas of something to add back in. And then I question, oh, does this feel too long? And, I have a distorted sense of it now for sure. But one thing I do know is that you can't not love her in the movie. And so I know, everybody who sees it is just loves it because she's so lovable.
And I'm one of those people. Because last Thursday was the world premiere. I'm very curious, how did the crowd react to seeing it? Granted, you've seen it, like you said, 100 times, and Ms. Marla, you were in it. So how did the crowd react when they got a chance to see it for the first time?
Surprisingly, they all loved it. I shouldn't say surprisingly, because everyone loves it. I think it's the connection. Everyone has a connection with family. And I think it brings back the feelings that they have about family. They all had a grandmother. You know, so I think that's part of it.
Now, in the way of making this and seeing the crowd's reaction, did you want the audience to take from it, or is that it, or did you have anything? This goes to both of you. This question goes to both of you.
I want everybody to want to either call their grandma if she's still alive, or their mother, or somebody in their family that is still around that they're not, you know, maybe connecting to as much as they could be. Or I want them to remember their grandma and tell stories about her, and you know, keep carrying that family tradition of storytelling and remembering the past and honoring the past. That's what I would love people to take away from, and also have a good laugh.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't their grandmother, they had a friend whose house they used to go over, and they see their grandmother. So everybody connects with understanding the grandmother, the mother, the great grandmother. They've all been used to seeing it and hearing it.
You're right. Now I know there's a lot of screenings in the Southern California, Los Angeles area, but I don't know if I gave it away. Kind of stay in Detroit, in the Midwest. And where can other people see this project?
So hopefully before too long, it's on Hulu or Netflix or Disney Plus or one of those. We would love to get picked up. But we're planning on doing the festival circuit. So we submitted to Sundance and the Pan-African Film Festival in February. Okay. And we're submitting to South by Southwest, which is in March. The theatrical run that's ending this Thursday qualifies us for an Oscar for a live action short. Okay. So that'd be really cool. Miss Marla won an Oscar.
Yeah.
So deserving. So yeah, we're gonna just getting it out there, festivals, and this is the last time to see it for a while is this week in LA through Thursday.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, as this goes on, I'll try to, put it on our socials and things of that nature. I know we're up against it. I'm looking at the time. Kim, Ms. Marla, this is surreal. Just to be honest, it's completely a pleasure. But this is surreal. I'm glad this is documented on video and audio because no one will believe me.
Oh.
It is such a pleasure to meet you. I have binge watched so many episodes of Jefferson's 227 and just about everything you've been a part of. I have fake sicked and watched you while I was a youngin', and my son is currently doing the same. So this is an awesome experience. Thank you. This is me just blabbering over you to say you're welcome back to come back to the podcast anytime. Kim, again, you have done some awesome stuff too, but gotta sit next to
it's her. Come on. It's surreal for me to have gotten her to do this. I mean, she's one of my childhood beloved, people I grew up watching. So to get to do a project with hers.
Yeah, that's the face. That's the face I'm making right now. Yes. But thank you so much. I know we're up against it on the time. You guys are welcome back anytime you want. I'm going to blast this all over socials because I want Mildred for a Million to be in everyone's eyes and ears so they can see it. And yeah, I need you to get that Oscar. I need that personally.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cam.
All right. Thank you. Have a great one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Have a blessed one.
All right. Bye.